but I don't know. I like it, but
Can I fix your HUD? Because it's like really crappy.
yeah, yeah.
Alright, let me fix your HUD for you. Let's start there. So go back to Poker Tracker.
All right.
On the top you see HUD,
Yeah.
HUD. Edit HUD profiles or HUD options.
Is it
That's
profiles
it.
right? Which that's it. All right.
You did it right. And go to tournament. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna let me let's do this the easy way.
All
Would
right.
you like me to just send you my HUD? So,
Yeah.
alright, cool. Edit HUD options. Just gotta export this thing. Alright, so I'm gonna send you my file,
Okay.
and then you just
Where are you gonna send it straight through Skype?
yeah, I'm gonna send through Skype, and then you just download it and put it
Cool.
into your thing, and I'll show you what everything means and all that.
Okay. Cool.
Where the fuck did it go? Alright, this should be it. So download that.
All right. Almost done.
You run on dial-up or something?
No, I have this little. I have a desktop and it doesn't have a wireless card built in, so I had to buy this like crappy wireless USB thing. So it kind of sucks. But
Let's see. Alright, so click the options button in the middle, all the way on the top.
all right.
Import profile. And if I sent you the right profile, this should work. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I hate Windows. Great. So Poker Tracker.
Alright, I guess it should be in your downloads, right?
You'd think, yeah. What the hell just happened?
Double click downloads.
There we go. And nothing.
Hmm.
Hold on, I'll find it. Hopefully. I don't know where it saved it to. It's kind of weird.
Go to your desktop? Maybe it saves to your desktop? That would be weird.
Oh wait, it says.
Unexpected parameter.
Why would that not work? I don't understand.
Hmm.
Did it say turn on logging?
Hmm. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
That's weird.
Try this again. Maybe I sent you the wrong one.
Let's see. Wonder if it would tell me where the file location would be that it opened to.
You have a search function. I guess type in like Tourney HUD into it.
Oh, it might work. Nope, just kidding.
Alright, let me send you this one. Maybe that one was wrong.
Okay.
Or maybe they're not compatible because mine's is I have a Mac and you have a Windows.
Okay.
We'll see. Just have to wait 30 minutes for this to download.
There we go. Yeah, no, it's not working. I can use a different HUD. I mean, I can just turn on.
Oh, I really want you to have a good HUD. Alright. Click. Can you get the pop-up up and like by the time I do everything for your pop-ups and take forever, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to spend that much time on it.
Let's see what the default one looks like. It's kind of bad. This is the default. It's basic.
And click it. Let's see if you get a pop-up. Alright, cool. We'll use the pop-up and I'll show you some stuff if you get enough hands on people.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
All right. So 910. Where is this?
So
I folded that.
easier way to use the poker tracker is use the right arrow key on your poker on your keyboard.
Yeah.
Watch what happens when you do that. No, it's not working.
Nothing's happening.
Are you using the little arrow keys?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it's no. The up and down works for the next hand,
Okay, yeah.
but left and right doesn't work.
All All right,
That's weird.
whatever.
All right. So this is the first hand at 2-4, I guess.
Yep.
I think I folded here. I don't know if that's tight. I guess that's a tight fold.
It's hard to say. I don't know. It's not like terrible.
Next,
Either it makes you like a small profit or you lose a
ace
small amount.
eight. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like. Yeah. So like, I folded ace eight there to just a limp. I don't know. I feel like there was some hands that I played pretty well in this, and then there's hands that I just played pretty terrible. So.
Sounds like most of my tournaments.
Yeah. So my normal open is usually like, pretty small. It's usually under like 2.2 around something like that. So
Yeah, that's
Um,
solid. That's good.
so this guy just
Yeah, he's a
is all in
solid.
anyway. So
Yeah.
that's so we that didn't work out. Why did that go? All right, and King Jack open there from under the gun +1. Just take it down. I have notes later in the tournament. I feel like I have notes on different hands. So if I
Okay.
see it, I'll kind of pull it up and tell you what I wrote. Just fold. This is big blind. Yeah. So this is what I don't really know about blind. Like I'm not really strong on it all. Is blind versus blind raising
Mhm.
or opening. He just limped, and so I opened standard raise.
Well, so let's talk about your raise size. Like, what do you think about it? Like you're saying you don't know what raise size to go to, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because I kind of have like a standard thing because I watched so many videos and everyone's just like keep everything consistent. So I don't know if it's good to change it up or whatnot. So I just kind of do the same thing every time, not knowing if it's really the correct move or not.
Okay, so here's a question. Say you're having like, let's say you're bluffing here. You're raising with like some really trash hand.
Yeah.
What would be a really bad raise size for that?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I'm probably going to get a call with just a min open. So
Mhm.
maybe just a min open, I guess.
Okay, so
Because if I'm
there's a principle in there. So like, if you're trying to bluff, you don't want to make it so small that they always call, right?
yeah.
Okay. Now let's ask the same question. If you have a really good hand, say you have pocket aces, what would be another terrible raise size?
Probably anything over 3x, I would say. Maybe even 3x.
Yeah, so like we could definitely say like 2400 here would be pretty terrible, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and why is that?
I mean, because you're never going to expect a call that's,
Right.
5x,
So
pretty
there,
much.
those are the two principles. You don't want to make it so small that when you're bluffing, they always call, and you don't want to make it so big that when you have it, they always fold.
Yeah.
So it's finding that balance here.
So, like, so say if I do have a bluff here, is 3x something to go to, or
I mean, it's kind of a feel thing. I mean, like, do you think you ever get a fold with this 888?
I don't think so.
Me
Especially
neither.
with, blinds and antes in there already, and I only basically, min raise.
Mhm.
So,
Even if you had aces, you would hate him in raise too, right?
yeah, because, he's going to call with any two.
Why is
Yeah.
that bad?
No, it's not necessarily.
And
But,
why is it
you know.
bad to min raise with like pocket aces here?
I guess because you couldn't really put him on a specific range, I guess. I mean, he's just flatting pre-flop. So, I mean, I guess you're not putting him on a big hand.
Mhm.
So, but I don't know. I guess you still really don't know where you're at. Regardless, if you just min open.
That's true.
Because he's probably going to call you with the same range that he would. He's going to call you with his limping range regardless. So, you can't put. I mean, I figure you don't put it on aces, through tens or even really any pocket pair here, I guess.
Yeah. So that's a good point. I think the more important point is that you want to get the most out of your big hands, right? And if you're min raising, you're probably not getting the most out of your big hands either,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? So what do you think is sizing that's good for your bluffs, good for your big hands, and good for your bluffs and good for your big hands here.
I would probably say like at least 2.7 to like 3x,
Yeah, exactly. So
which is not what I did.
yeah.
Okay, so that's good. That's good thought though. All right, so want to move on with the hand, I guess.
Yeah, and I went through that long process instead of telling you because like all sizing on any street is based on that principle. Like
Yeah.
trying to get, trying to get the most out of your value while, not making it too small where you can never get, not too big. So when you have value, they always fold, and not too small that when you have bluffs, they always call.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So,
And I
so
like this making me think a lot. Stuff I don't really think about too often.
yeah, so that's like fundamental. Any flop bet, any turn bet, any river bet, any raise you're putting in is all based on that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was actually watching your video on TPE the other day. It was like a Bovada video, and you were talking a lot about this stuff, and I was that's when I really started to think about it a lot more. So I'm glad we're going over this because this is stuff I really need to work on.
Cool.
So, all right. So he calls and flop a
Flop
nut
the
draw,
nuts.
and I just bet,
Cool.
and pretty much half, a little over half, I guess,
Sure.
and he just folds. So, bet sizing is a huge thing with me that I don't know too much about. I don't know when to bet half pot or just when to bet anything really. Like I just kind of go. A lot of my standard stuff is like half pot, 3/4 pot, stuff like that. But I don't really have a reason for it, I guess, and I don't really know when to do certain things.
Mhm.
So I kind of just do it by feel. I mean, it's it's working out okay for me, but obviously I'm trying to get better, so I kind of want to know.
Well,
So like,
let's say the board's well, so let me use like extreme examples. So say you have like pocket. Let's say you had pocket aces here, and the board is 9-8-7. So one situation you have pocket aces, the board's 9-8-7, two diamonds. And another situation you have pocket aces, same situation, board 7-4-2 rainbow. What's your bet size? And assume the pot's the same exact thing, hand played the same exact way pre-flop.
the 9-8-7. There's two diamonds up its head, and there's a flush draw and obviously a straight draw. So I feel like I'm going to bet bigger to protect my hand. So probably, at least 3/4 pot.
And on the 7-4 deuce?
7/4 deuce. Maybe a third pot.
Okay, so like you intuitively understand like that aspect of bet sizing. Like the more connected the board, the bigger you bet, right?
Yeah, to protect your hand, yeah.
And the less connected, the smaller you bet.
Yep.
The other idea behind that is if you try and bet big with aces on a really slow board, like they're just gonna fold. Whereas
Exactly,
that's not the case on the 9-8-7.
Yeah.
So like it goes back to that question. Like you don't want to bet too big with your good hands, and if you bet 2/3 on 7-4 deuce with your good hand, like that's really stupid,
Yeah.
But on the 9-8-7, it isn't because you're very likely to get a call. So it
Yep.
all boils down to that whole fundamental part of it.
Yeah. And you would never find a check there, right, on the 7/4 deuce board? Would you?
Maybe. I mean, if you think he's like gonna bluff off or something, or if
Okay.
you think if he hits a pair, top pair, and gives you all your chips.
Okay. Yeah, because I just don't know. Like sometimes, finding value for me, sometimes I don't always do the best at. So I don't sometimes know when is the right time to bet versus when is the right time to check.
It's the whole game.
That's the whole game. I know. Yeah, I was watching your video and thinking the same thing. So you're, asking the same questions or whatever. So I was kind of like, okay, well, it's tough. So all right, well,
Yeah,
so that's
it's well
that,
played.
then.
Good bet size.
So the up and down arrows aren't working for switching hands anymore. Oh, that's weird.
It's
Queen
annoying.
8. Obviously, I fold there.
What do you call that shove with?
What was that?
What do you call that shove with?
This shove right here with
Yeah.
for 4K. Oh, I went too far. What the hell just happened?
You got to use the arrows on the bottom to go through the
Yeah, yeah.
actions. Yeah.
Okay, so right here I'm probably calling. So that's about a quarter of my stack. Shoving with 12 blinds. Maybe ace, jack, and above. And I don't know if I find a call with king, queen here. Maybe. I don't know if that's too loose. I don't know if I would call a king, queen, but I would say probably ace, jack, and above.
hmm And for pocket pairs?
Pocket pairs, probably, if I know I'm going to be flipping, probably maybe sevens.
Okay. So yeah, pretty solid instincts. I think you should probably call like ace 10 suited, king queen suited maybe.
Okay, so yeah, ace 10. So yeah, not ace 10. I was going to say ace 10 offsuit. I probably wouldn't call with ace 10 suited. Yeah. I
But
think
yeah,
that-
you're basically really close.
Would you
Goodness.
call with like sixes or king, queen suited?
I think king queen suited's a call. I think sixes is probably a fold, but they're
Okay.
pretty close. Like sixes, king queen off, ace 10 off are all really close marginal spots. I think.
Okay.
Okay, so
I,
yeah, good. You have good instincts for the spot. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I think I do a lot of what amateurs do a lot is sometimes I do overplay like king, queen. So that's why sometimes I don't know like if it's a good call or not with king, queen.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure I fold this. Yeah, so I don't try to steal with the king deuce.
How often does your steal have to work? Show profit here.
Here, I guess, what is it, 30% of the time? Is that right or no? Like getting 2.3?
Easy rule of thumb is that it's 50-50, and the idea behind it is just how much chips you're risking versus how much you'd get back. This whole game is just based on like the amount you're risking versus your reward.
Okay, so I'm risking, say if I min open, I'm risking 800 to win back
920. But like
920.
a simple way to put it is like if you're risking 920 to win 920, it's 50-50.
Exactly, yeah. Okay.
So it always has to work like less than half the time. And if you think the big blind is tight and only playing like big hands, you can steal like any two.
Yeah. Okay, so these guys both are only playing 11 hands at this point, so small sample size, so I don't really know. But
Yeah, you don't know. So
I probably could have went for a steal here, I guess, with 44 big blinds.
yeah, it's fine. If you opened, I'd say it was okay. If you didn't, I'd say it's fine too.
Okay. All right, so 10 deuce, I'm pretty sure that's just a fold. Yeah. Queen 8, I
Yeah, you just
fold
got that.
that. King, queen. So that's another standard open. He 3 bets. I think this hand might have been crazy. I know it couldn't have because he only has 2K, so that's not the big pot yet. All right, so I call here, which I think is pretty standard.
Did you call with everything you open there? Even
I
if you
think
had
so.
like ace two
yeah.
soft students? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would, yeah. And I don't win, so that's that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I would call there with everything I open. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just not a good flip. Next hand I get king, queen again. Pretty sure I open here. The blinds just went up. He jams? No, he just 3 bets.
Yep,
And I
good fold.
That's a good fold?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Ace
All right.
jack's the fold there, I think.
Ace jack, okay. Yeah, that would make sense too. What about ace jack? Any suited or offsuit there?
I think I fold ace jack suited too.
Yeah, okay.
I fold to those really big sizes. They scare me.
Yeah, that's big size for sure. 4K, so yeah, I fold that.
What do you call that one with?
So I only have 27 bigs there, and he's got less than 10. He's got about 9. So probably, I mean, ace 10 suited and above again, maybe even wider.
Okay, so I think your instincts for the spot's a bit off. Let's
Okay.
You got that ICMizer we talked about?
Yeah.
Alright, so go to options on the top right over here. View hand. Is there a button there? View hand details.
Yeah.
Click that button right next to options. Looks like a little page. That copies it, I think.
Okay.
I think that copies it. Now go to
Yeah.
ICMizer. And
If it loads.
I guess kind of quickly, what do you think is like some of the worst hands button should shove here?
With 9 big blinds, probably like
You just name like
queen,
two or three.
queen 8 and below. I think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe like queen 7 and below.
Queen 7 and above, you mean?
Yeah, like what, queen 7 to queen deuce, or queen
Do you mean like Queen 7 and better, or
7 and worse? Like, or should are we doing should shove or should not shove?
should shove?
Oh, should shove. Probably like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit tight. Maybe queen 9 and above. So, and then I don't know if, I guess all aces and king 8 and above. I don't know if that's too tight. That's pretty tight range.
Alright, well, let's
Like-
see. Alright, so go to, see paste hand history.
Yeah.
That. Take off, go ahead, said yes.
Sure.
You see that little check mark right above paste hand history? Uncheck
Yeah.
that.
Uncheck it.
Alright, what you're going to do is hit that calculate Nash equilibrium button, and that's
Okay.
basically just a fancy way of saying both players play perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, I bought it. I bought this program and never really used it much. So
Alright, and hit the calculate button right below the Nash button. So this is what you should call with.
what I should call with?
Yeah.
Okay. So ace, any ace. You hog pair, king 6 off. And okay.
Basically, really wide. And you see that 45% thingy that's orange and it's next to the button? Yep.
Yeah.
This is what button should shove if he's playing, if he wants to play like a perfect, like unbeatable strategy. So click that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'll bring this up. Okay. So this is his shoving range?
Yeah.
Okay. So wow, so I was like really tight.
Mhm.
So any ace, king 5 off and above. Okay.
Okay, so let's say though, because I think both of us instinctually know like button doesn't shove that wide, especially in the tournaments you play.
Yeah.
So take it off. Let's try it. Let's say he shoves 35% instead of 45.
So what do I do for that? Just type it in, or
Click
how
it,
do I?
and you can slide to 35.
Oh, okay. 35. Come on now.
All right, and maybe you want to choose a few different hands if you want, but it won't make a huge difference. It's up to you. If you want to
Yeah.
take off some offsuit kings for like Jack 10 and shit, go ahead.
Jack 10 off.
Yeah, you put in like 10-9 suited, 9-8 suited. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so this is if he shoves a tighter range, which is probably what he shoves in like the tournaments you play.
Yeah.
Those are all pretty decent hands. All right, so hit calculate now. So this is
Right
what
down here. So I exit out of this?
yeah.
Okay.
So this is what you call if he shoves this tighter range. And notice it's still like any ace,
Yeah, any ace.
and like
Well-
king 9 plus and stuff.
Yeah. What was it? Was king 5 off included in here before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and let's do a little bit tighter. Let's say he's shoving 5% tighter. What if he's only shoving 30%? And this way you'll get an idea of what to do versus different players, and you get an idea of how likely you are to profit, like calling with your any ace here.
Okay.
So the odds that he's not shoving those hands is pretty low. I think we'd be pretty confident he's shoving those hands.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's at least shoving probably king 8 off, probably at least queen 10.
Yep.
So yeah.
So yeah,
So,
you should be calling, if you call with any ace here, the odds that he's shoving too tight and you should fold is really, really low, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should call it any ace, any of these suited kings, queen jack suited, queen ten suited, any pair.
Yeah. Or he got rewarded for waiting till 9 blinds and then wakes
Yeah.
up with aces.
Oh, he had aces here? And
No, 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 no. No, I'm just saying. People wait down under like 3 blinds and then they catch aces on you.
yeah. All right.
It's always a good time.
Let me show you one more thing. So go back to the button spot.
Oops.
So
Yes.
what? So two things is that one button on the button you should be shoving wider than you were, and on the
Yeah.
big blind you should be calling wider. Now go back to Isomizer.
Okay.
Make yourself the button. All right. Now I want you to put what do you think small blind calls your shove with? So you see that 25%? It's in green. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what small blind will call your shove with. So click that.
32. Okay.
And put what hands you think he calls the shove with. And just trust your instincts for the spot.
Is this if I have 9 blinds?
Yeah, so this is like you shove
Just
9
reverse.
blinds on the button. What does small blind call you with?
Okay.
And you can pull up the hand if that helps you visualize it.
How many blinds is yeah? It's 32 blinds. All right. Um,
See, I think people call you tighter, is how I feel. I feel like,
with
yeah,
yeah, I guess so for a third of their stack.
I feel like people don't call a lot of those hands.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I guess that's right. So like, they probably won't call cheap aces. Ace 10 off. I don't know if I would. For a third of my stack, I don't know if I'd call ace 10 offsuit there, but I guess I don't know if that's too tight or too loose. 9. Maybe sixes. Jack 10 suited. I don't know if call Jack 10 suited for a third of my stack.
Definitely not jack ten suited.
Yeah. I don't think I'd call Queen Jack offsuit there either.
No.
So Queen Jack suited. I don't know. I think I'd find a fold Queen Jack suited too.
Hmm.
King Jack. See, I don't know. I don't like King. I hate King Jack.
Alright, so it seems like you're a bit too tight in the small blind as well.
Okay. How tight? How too tight? Like, would you be calling?
Well, let's see it kind of quickly. So go to the small blind range. So exit out of this and
Okay.
make yourself small blind instead. Do you see where it says fold right above, right next to the button? A little bit
Well,
lower.
down here?
Yep, a little bit lower, right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
click that. Now say all in. Okay, so now hit calculate. So this is what you should call when button shoves.
Okay. So I was kind of right. I was too tight with the kings here. I think I put it all the way up to king queen suited and then ace 10 suited maybe, and then what did I think I had ace 10 offsuit. So I was missing some cheaper aces and king 10 suited, king jack suited, and then I was all the way up to pocket sixes, I think.
Yeah, I think look at like pocket threes, you're going to make 85 chips, but, you're risking like a good percentage of your stack for like 85 chips,
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to take those, but I think all the other ones you should probably take. Like, I think threes and ace 5 suited and ace 6 suited could be folds if you
Okay.
wanted.
Yeah.
But the other ones, it's too much money to pass up on.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So I was kind of close, but still a little too tight with the pocket pairs and then with the cheaper aces.
Yeah, and you could shove much wider on the button as well.
Okay.
So yeah, you're gonna need to like master these fundamentals.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, that's why I wanted to record this too, so I could refer back to this because this is like a huge thing I needed help with.
All right, so I'm gonna give you this easy I'm gonna give you this chart. Let me send this to you, and hopefully you could open this one.
Nice.
And it will tell you what you can shove, like if you want to play like perfect balance poker or whatever,
Hmm.
from any position, and it will give us a nice starting point. I mean, it's not like, um, what the fuck? Where are you? Hold on. MTT open shows. Where are you? Come on, man. Did I lose it? Ah, there we go. Alright, so open this file so I could show you kind of quickly how it works.
Okay.
And this will be like your kind of starter kit for shoving, and you could use it while playing too, which is really cool.
Okay.
So we'll show you what. Alright, so zoom in because I can't see that good.
Yeah, that's small.
So the column on the left you can ignore because they're pre-antes,
Okay.
unless you're playing pre-antes and you get short.
Yeah.
Alright, so the column on the right, you see the dark gray?
Yep.
So that's how many big blinds you have, and then the next column is your position. So
Oh, okay.
SB, you see SB?
Where's that? Oh, yeah,
That's small blind.
yeah. Okay.
0 is button. 1 is 1 off the button. 2 is 2 off the button. 3 is 3 off the button. 4 is 4 off the button. 5 is 5 off the button. 6 is
Okay.
6 off the button or under the gun, right?
Gotcha.
So you can say, all right, so let me make sure you know how to do this right. I want to know what you can shove with 5 big blinds on the button. Show me if you could find that in this chart.
Uh, 5 big blinds on the button is. Alright, so 5 big blinds and 0's the button.
Mm-hmm.
So 50% of hand.
Yep, there you go. So you got it. You just, the amount of big blinds you have, your position, and it'll show you your shoving range. And this is like a balance, like shoving range. It's pretty good. Like you could tell someone this is what you're shoving, and there's not much they could do about it.
Okay.
This is like a good step in the right direction, and you'll improve your game just by using this.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll take it further and know how to go beyond this chart. But while
Yeah,
you're
this is
playing,
nice.
use this, and it'll help you. You know, if you play enough hands, you'll eventually get the hang of it and get a really easy feel for it.
Yeah, this is a nice chart. I was on that. I have that push fold chart website, but this is like a lot more in depth.
Yeah, it's way easier.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So you're going to use that for shoves, and for practicing calling shoves, I want you to run this filter on Poker Tracker. So we're going to run this filter on Poker Tracker. We're going to do a few hands together, and then you could practice these on your own once you get the hang of it.
Okay.
All right, so go to Poker Tracker. We're going to make things simple for you. So go to statistics, or my reports rather. It's the top right, top middle. Sorry. All right, new report. Hand report. Finish. Filters. There's a tiny little button all the way to the left in the middle.
Filters. Right here.
Yeah. Add new filter.
A new, which simple.
Yeah. I don't know what those expression ones are. Actions and opportunities.
Right.
Preflop. Scroll all the way down. Alright, I guess the one on the bottom, preflop actions encountered. Okay, so we're gonna say you're facing you say 2-bet preflop between. Click
Yeah.
that one. And do between like 5 and I guess 13 big blinds.
All right.
Hit add the filter.
Okay.
Hit add filter again. Go to hand details. Go to player position. Pre-flop. Go to exactly.
Okay.
And 8 is the big blind, so put the number 8. And hit add filter. Save and apply. So this would be every single hand that someone shoved all in on you and you're in the big blind. So right click and replay all of these.
This isn't in any specific order, is it?
No.
Okay.
And if I did this right, these all should be like all ins you're facing on the big blind. Alright, we won't do three-way all in. Skip this one. Alright.
So that's a
Alright.
pretty standard fold, I guess.
Yep, but so you can paste this hand into IC Miser and see what you should call with.
It's back out here, right, on the main, or where was it?
Alright,
Options?
so yep, options, view hand details. Click that button. Alright, now tell me first, let's make a guess first. What do you think's the worst ace you should call with here?
Shitty god. I got 10 bigs. Probably ace 8 offsuit.
That's about what I'd say, yeah. Alright, so I think your instincts for the spot's gonna be pretty good. So plug it into IC Miser.
How did we do that again? Paste hand history?
Yep. Alright, hit calculate. Oh wait,
Hit
hit
Nash.
calculate, yeah, sorry.
Nash?
Yep. And then calculate. I think you're gonna be pretty spot on with ace 8 here.
Wow, ace 4.
The problem is, like, that's all your chips deep in a tournament.
Yeah, I don't want to call that off with ace 4.
I think ace 6 you don't want to call it off with either.
Yeah.
I guess you need to call more suited aces though, which is like ace 5 suited plus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't want to call it ace deuce through ace.
Yeah, I think ace 4, ace 5 suited plus is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I think his range could be tighter than that as well. Like, go to his shoving range. You know, if you don't think he's shoving that, try a different range. The 30% button.
And make it tighter.
Yeah, go
Or-
5% tighter. And
We're
see
just
what-
on 30, right?
Yeah, so go to
Yeah.
25. And not so many aces. That's gonna kind of skew it. Pick some, like, prettier hands. The suited aces or shoves, those are pretty.
Yeah, pretty standard. Yeah.
Give them, like, more offsuit broadways or suited broadways and stuff instead.
Look, click them.
Yeah, click Jack 10 suited, Queen Jack off. Yeah, put those type of hands in the range.
Okay. Queen 10, Queen 9 suited, and I don't even think Jack 9 suited, I guess.
Sure, that's why we'll get to 25. Alright, so let's see what we can do if he shoves 25%. Yeah. So now look at those, like, small suited aces, right?
Yeah.
The problem is, like, we don't know if he's shoving 25 or 30. So, like, you know, we kind of want to be careful with our tournament life. And that's why I think your ace 8 range is pretty good.
Yeah.
So ace 8, maybe ace 5, ace 6 suited plus, I think is a pretty solid range here.
Okay. And then all pocket pairs and
Yeah.
or the king, like the king 10 suit and all that. King Jack offsuit.
Yeah.
And then okay.
Yep. So that's how you run spots, and I want you to go through all these hands on your own and just see what you can call shoves with.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was I didn't know much about this program at all when I bought it because I just bought it the other day.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool that you can do all this.
Do you want to do one more hand together, or do you think you can figure out how to do it on your own?
No, I think I can figure it out.
All right, cool.
pretty
Let's go back to
straightforward.
your regular hands then.
So this is not the regular hand.
Minimize that, and you should get the. Yeah, minimize your big poker tracker too.
Yeah, it should still be up. All right. Where the hell did it go?
I don't know.
There we go. All right.
Okay.
And we're back. All right. So I fold 10-7. Jack 7.
Yeah, if you're playing micros online, you gotta master that. Because, like, a lot of times you are 10 big blinds and under. or your opponents are. So
Yeah. So the button is
that one's a call.
yeah, for sure. That was
Yeah.
super tight.
Yeah.
That was really tight.
Yeah, like
That's a
his
pretty straightforward call. I don't know why I folded that.
Yep.
I
Like
wasn't even
he should be
multi-
shoving like 30 something percent there or something, which is a lot of chance.
Yeah, because I still have 20 blinds even if I lost. I don't know. It's a pretty terrible fold.
Mhm.
All right. I don't
Yes.
think
So once you master that, like you'll be able to improve your game.
he
You have a
didn't
very
call it.
easy way to improve your game.
Yeah.
What does
Alright, so
all
I've-
about the angles mean?
it's a thing with my girlfriend. I don't know all the time. It's just a stupid inside joke.
Cool.
So, so I folded 10-7 there. I guess that's a good fold.
Yeah.
Queen Jack suited. Pretty sure. No.
Yeah, good fold.
Yeah, I fold that. Deuce 8, Ace 9. Yeah, I don't like cheap. I'm not like mid unsuited aces like early position. I don't know. Like what do you do there with Ace 9? Do you usually open that or is that a fold?
Well, so there's one key difference here is that look at the stacks in the button and the small blind. How do you think they change this hand?
Because there's shove stacks. Excuse me. And I mean I'm not calling 7K shove.
Just the small blind and the button, not the big blind, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I mean they're going to be all in regardless. If they do call, he's going to be in, and then he's not just going to call, he's going to shove. So, I mean, if I open to 1,000, I mean, I would have to call that. So I guess that's not terrible. But if he shoves and this guy shoves, then I can't.
So I guess here's my question is, would you rather open in this situation or when the button and small blind have like 8, 9K apiece?
Probably 8, 9K a piece.
Why?
Because they, like, I mean, they're almost at 20 bigs, so they're, I don't know if they would be shoving that. I don't know. But I guess, I mean, if I just min open here, this guy's going to shove, so I mean, that's a call. So he's going to be obviously super wide with 2 big blinds, and then this guy with 7 big blinds is probably going to be pretty wide too.
Mm-hmm.
And if I open to 1,000, it's going to be, a pretty easy call.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I'm not calling if a dude shoves, 8, 9K in the middle.
Yeah.
But he does have, he can fold because he still has chips behind. I mean, this guy, he can't. He's got to shove.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess you could get him to fold easier with a bigger stack.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right reasoning?
So it's a tricky spot because one, I guess the guy with AK might fold a bit more, but when he does play, you have to fold. But in this situation, both these guys go all in more, but you get to call and run your equity, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think your hand plays post flop, like ace 9 offsuit?
Against any random caller or against?
Against everyone but the big blind.
Probably pretty bad.
Mhm.
Because I mean, it's a relatively weak ace. I'm not suited.
So it plays bad,
It
but
plays bad. Yeah.
how does it play versus like the button all in or like the small blind all in?
I would say really well.
Yeah, so you're kind of taking it takes them being so short, you don't have to worry about post flop versus those two guys.
Yeah.
And you get to take it all in pre, which is kind of nice.
Okay. So should I have opened that then? Pretty much.
I think it's a lot closer. I wouldn't say for sure it's an open, but I'd say it's like a lot closer, and you should open more hands like this. Your pocket deuces are going to go up way up in value type hands, pocket
Okay.
threes, pocket fours. I definitely think you should open twos, threes, and fours because they will do great versus their ranges. Whereas like post flop, they're pretty garbage normally.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you flop a set.
Another
so
thing
s-
that happens is like other people, not that they should, but other people don't bluff you now, because imagine you're in non-at spot, right?
Yeah.
if you three bet bluff, say you're Nana and you got queen deuce or something, you want to three bet, and this guy calls for 1,200 chips. Now you got to show down your queen deuce off. You know?
Yeah.
So people are less inclined to bluff you here as well.
Yeah, true.
If they're reading the table, most people don't read the table in micros, but if you think people are somewhat aware and paying attention, you get bluff less.
Okay.
So, yeah, like, I guess the principle is like, some hands like play like shitty post flop, but play good like all in pre, and they go up in value the more you could get them all in pre.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah,
more you could get your pocket deuces, your ace 10 off, type ace 9 off hands all in pre, the better they are to
Okay.
open.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, real quick, say if I open and he just calls like one of these guys with like 10K stack or even this guy,
Mm.
and then this 3K stack shoves. Is that a call?
I don't know.
Right.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Super
Yeah.
tough.
Because exactly. Because if this, they have shove stacks too, or like a reshove stack, I guess.
Yeah, like what's that guy calling with? It's just
Yeah.
tough.
So yeah, okay. I would probably fold it. But all right. Next hand.
Yep.
All right. King 10. So open under the gun with King 10 suited.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Have you set PayPal?
Nope, I have not yet.
Okay. I usually don't do the sessions before people send.
Okay. What is it again? Daryl Jace at Gmail?
Daryl.jace@yahoo.
Yahoo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. Sorry about that.
No problem. I forgot to remind you.
All right, so I open. This guy shoves for his last 2 blinds, and then so that's pretty standard. And I think it just checks to the river. Yeah, so
Yep.
that's boring. Yeah. All right, so nothing happens there. So I limp. Check, check, check. Yeah, this is. Oh yeah, so this hand made no sense. I was looking at this the other day and I was like, what the hell was I doing?
I really
So-
like it.
What'd you say?
I really like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
So I don't know, I don't remember this hand at all. And I was watching it, just going, what? So he just min bets,
I mean,
and I
one,
3-bet.
I think you just knew he didn't have a good hand. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. Like, he doesn't have a good hand here. So I
Uh,
just decided to 3-bet. I don't know.
I think you should just trust your instincts in spots like this and not kind of question them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot. Another thing, That's
Sorry. What are you saying?
the only critique, like, I think you should just raise every single hand here. If you're less sure about the spot, like, make sure you actually have something decent instead. But I don't mind raising, like, complete trash like you're doing right now.
Yeah, I think that's got to be why I did it. I mean, I'm not that much of a donk where I would just like do it without any,
Yeah.
reason.
I think it's good.
Yeah. Okay. So he folds. I took it down. I was gonna say if he has a 10 here too, like I feel like he's gonna open 9-10, Jack 10,
Yep, Queen 10, King 10, Ace
stuff like that,
7.
Ace 7,
Mhm.
even King 7, stuff like that. So I figured I was probably good there. All right. So King 6. So I open the button.
Mhm.
Everybody calls. I bet. Everybody folds.
Cool.
Is that a good
Yeah, sure.
setting? Okay.
Got a bet 3 ways.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty standard. So he shoves 12 bigs. This is obvious.
Yep, next hand.
And he's King 8. That's a fold. Oh, that was the blind. Let's see how I play that. No, alright. King 4. I got moved. Yeah. Let me get to like more interesting hands. I'll just look at my big blinds, and if they go up or down, then I'll know I played a big hand.
Go to your Jack 9 suited hand.
Jack 9 suited.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, so you're under the
That was
gun.
under the gun. 34 big. Is that a tight fold? 34 bigs under the gun, or is that right?
Um, I you should probably open that one.
Okay. Jack 9 suited there should be open. All right.
Yeah.
10-9. I think I won this hand. Yeah, so he just limps, I bet. And I C bet, and then he folds. Pretty standard, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, I can get you like a decent like default range for. I can show you like a decent like default range you should have for, 30 bigs under the gun, like kind of deep in the tournament.
Yeah, would you have like, yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Pull up Poker Stove and go back to the Jack 9 suited.
Poker Stove?
Yeah. So this is by no means perfect, and it should adjust up and down by the table
Yeah.
and dynamics, stage of the tournament, whatever feel. Go back to Jack 9 suited. And this is with like 30 to like 50 big blinds, like a
Yeah.
good stack, not with a short stack. So hit player 1. Alright, hit pre-flop. Alright, so it should be like 5s plus should always be in the range, I think.
Okay.
So
So just-
click all of them, yeah. 5s plus, I think
What was that?
ace deuce to ace 5 suited should probably always be in your range here. Those are the red aces over there, top right. Oh, you exit out. You can't see your screen. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Sorry.
Yep. Share your screen again. It's right next to that red end call button.
All right. So yeah, 5s plus.
Yeah. The suited aces, like ace deuce to ace 5 suited. And then like ace 8 suited plus. Yeah, take off like ace 6 and ace 7. I think
Below.
the ace deuce to ace 5 is good though. Because they can work
Okay.
straights.
Yeah.
Jack 10 suited and better. Yeah, so Jack 10, Queen 10, King 10, Queen Jack suited, King 10 suited. Ace Jack offsuit or better. King Queen offsuit. So this would be like a good base range for you. And this is like, these hands are almost always good opens.
Okay.
You could take off the suited aces too, like if you wanna. You could take off the suited aces. Like those might be bad opens sometimes, so take those off actually.
Okay.
So I can say like with pretty close to 100% certainty that all these hands are going to be profitable opens with 30 to like 50 big blinds.
Okay. And so like Jack 9 suited then would be in that range, or?
I'd say that sometimes it's open, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I guess depending on like people's shove stacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, people's stacks, stage of the tournament, how you're viewed at the table,
Okay.
all that. But all those hands you could open like every single time without thinking about it.
Yeah. Alright.
So I don't know if you want to save that somewhere or whatever. Do whatever you want with it after the session.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, we got 5 more minutes.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. Let's do it. I think I just opened here. Yeah, no, that's stupid. Okay.
How wide do you call there in the small blind? What's like the worst hand you call with here?
Probably like, I don't know. I feel like I tend to call the small blind too wide sometimes. But like any suited connector, I don't know, any 2-gap hand, I guess. Well, maybe not any 2-gap hand, like 1-gap hand. I mean, I guess I don't know. I generally don't like to limp, but
Alright, so click the back button one time. Like so it's like before you call. Alright, so remember we talked about it's a risk versus reward game?
yeah,
So you're risking 350 to win 2400.
yeah. So pretty much any 2.
Yep. I mean, it's pretty debatable the last like the most shittiest hands, like queen deuce, jack deuce, or whatever.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't fold like anything. Basically, you shouldn't fold anything unless it's like offsuit deuce or offsuit 3 type of hand.
Okay.
You know, queen 3, 10 3, 9 3 off, 7 deuce off, 6 deuce off.
Yeah.
But you could even call those, and no one can argue that it's wrong, really.
Yeah, because you're gonna get a lot of money back.
I mean, I would say unless you're really comfortable post flop folding those, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So I didn't choose to defend there, I just gave it up.
Yeah, I'd probably steal that king 6.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I
okay.
should have.
It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Alright, steal that. Let's fold. Fold. 6, I'm pretty sure there's probably a fold just by the way I've been playing, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fold that. This is the button, nothing happens. 10-5, this is another small blind, that's just fold. Ace 3.
So, like, I want you to change your mindset, like, thinking about the game. Like, instead of asking yourself, is this good? Like, does it show a profit is a better question. Does it make you chips? Or does it make
Okay.
you money? Like, because that's all the game is about. Like,
Yeah, exactly, chipping up, yeah.
yeah, so that's the whole thing. I mean, obviously the game's about survival too, so, like, does it make you money?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tricky question because some plays make you chips, but then don't make you money. Like when we were looking at calling the shoves for like making 90 chips, but we're gonna bust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That wasn't really good there. Alright, so this guy's been opening pretty big.
yeah, you just three
So this
bet.
is I don't think see like that's sometimes I don't like I said like spots where I should 3-bet or and whatnot, like I don't always choose the best. I don't know. I just felt like because he was so aggressive, I didn't have to, but I think that's the wrong reasoning because he is being that aggressive. I should just 3-bet because he's probably going to call. But I mean, I get his chips out anyway, I think. Yeah, because he hits his jack and he just jams.
Yeah,
So, I don't know. So, like, if you have a guy that's going that crazy, would you 3-bet there? Because you're probably going to get,
I'd make it
call.
like 6,400.
yeah, so like a min.
Yeah, so I'm getting a lot more chips in. You know, that's
Yeah.
a ton of chips, and I think he's calling a lot, anyways, too.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right, ace queen.
Okay, we'll make this last hand.
Okay.
You fold.
Yeah. How's that?
We could do one more.
Okay. King queen on the button. Let's see if this is. So I 3-bet. And he folds. So I don't know what his steal percentage was. But I mean, is that a pretty standard move there or what?
Well, the question is, does it make money? Right?
Yeah.
Who's calling me? Hold on. Oh, someone set up a conversation. Okay, sorry.
up?
Question is, does it make money? And I think the answer is yes. And then the next question is, does it make more money than just calling? Because, you know, so that's the important question. Another important question is, like, strategically, does it make sense to 3-bet these kind of hands? And there does make sense in some regards. It depends on your opponent, though. So imagine you 3-bet this hand, right?
Yeah.
And think about, like, the worst thing for your opponent to do if you 3-bet here. Worst thing for that like, you don't want him to do.
Like 4-bet jam or just
Yeah.
a big 4-bet.
Yeah, so, like, if you get 4-bet and you have king-queen, you have all this potential and all this, you have this really good hand, and now you have to fold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, strategically, if you're playing against an opponent who 4-bets a lot, this is a terrible hand to 3-bet.
Yeah.
So, but I think most people you play don't 4-bet, right?
No, not really.
So
No.
strategically, this becomes a great hand to 4-bet. And
Yeah.
the reason why is think about the hands he just calls your 4-bet with, and how king queen does versus them.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna You mean wait? Just call my 3-bet or
Yeah,
4-bet?
just call your 3-bet. I'm sorry.
That's right. I don't know. He's probably gonna. I almost think he'd probably 4-bet like Ace Jack maybe.
Well, let's say he calls Ace Jack. You still do okay versus Ace Jack. You do okay
Yeah.
versus Ace 10. Any Ace Queen, Ace King, he 4-bets. Pocket pairs you do really well versus. Pocket Queens are better. He 4-bets.
Yep.
So basically, like every hand that dominates you, um,
He's gonna let you know.
he's gonna 4-bet and you could just fold.
Yeah, exactly.
And then every hand you dominate, he'll just call or something.
Okay.
So it depends on like what your opponent's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
The default is to just call, but I play in more aggressive games, so
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I can be passive, and then just randomly, sometimes I think, I get like a filet under my ass, and I just like 3-bet a lot. So, plus the HUD that I use too has like a 3-bet pre-flop 3-bet percentage or stuff like a 4-bet percentage or whatever too on it. So,
all right. So we're gonna call this a session.
Okay.
You need to master this push fold stuff.
Yeah.
I will not do another session with you unless you master that shit. It's that
Okay.
important.
All right.
All right, and we'll make sure that you've improved. So put in that work, and talk to you later.
All right, man. Hey, one more time. You said your PayPal was